Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of Cardano Ecosystem News. Today is December 25th, Christmas Day, and I hope everyone is having a magical holiday season. If you do celebrate this holidays, or if you don't, we still want to wish you a magical weekend and hope that you're doing well and staying healthy. And with that, we have a lot of stuff to cover with you today. Today's going to be a really fun episode. We're going to start with a really cool story from the Cardano Foundation's Twitter page. They've got a bunch of cool growth metrics, a bunch of charts showing how fast Cardano is growing. We want to share that and celebrate that with you to start off the episode. From there, we're also going to show you some updates around the Djed Stablecoin. The Coti team is getting close to having a release of their Djed Stablecoin framework, and we'll tell you why that's so important. Why do we even need stablecoins? We'll walk you through that as our second story. From there, we have a couple of fun NFT projects to show you. But first, we're going to give you a quick tour of the new ADAX PRO exchange. Now, ADAX PRO used to be very, very popular. Lately, we've been talking a lot about Sunday Swap, even Muesli Swap. But just a few hours ago, the ADAX team released a centralized exchange. It feels a lot like Coinbase Pro to me. It has cool charting and indicators. I want to show you that and what's coming for the team in January. And then, as I mentioned, we'll go from there to some NFT projects. We have a really cool project, Cardano Legends, a really fun game, and they're minting just a few hours from now. The very first mint is actually going to be tomorrow. And so we want to get that on your radar. It's just fun. Who knows what's going to happen? It's very early days, but this is a play-to-earn Cardano game where you can earn real money by playing, like Axie Infinity. How cool is that? And then we got a cool chess NFT where the actual NFT, it's not a picture, the NFT is a playable game. We'll show you how you can do that on pool.pm and buy a chess game NFT. It's totally nuts. So it's going to be a fun episode. It's going to be light. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you on the flip side. Remember to like and subscribe so I don't die. We want to start today's episode with a quick look back at 2021. And what better way to do that than from this post shared by the official Cardano Foundation. So they have the data, and we can trust what they're saying here. Their Twitter feed is at Cardano Stiftung. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. But take a look at this glorious diagram of Cardano on-chain growth and activity that they shared with us. And I'll start just quickly with this number in the bottom left. 23.8 million total transactions. That is a ton of activity. That's over two transactions per month almost, right? And if you take a look, a lot of this has happened in just the last 3 months. All this period at the beginning is about the first half of the year, steadily increasing, higher lows, higher highs in the spring and summer. A little bit of a quiet time as the whole crypto ecosystem, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything was down and quiet over the summer. But take a look at the last 3 months of the year. Huge peaks and valleys, higher highs, higher lows. This is what you want to see. We call this hockey stick growth. You can imagine a hockey stick lying on its side. Here's the long edge of the hockey stick, and here's the side that goes up, getting ready to hit the hockey puck. And it's just up and to the right, beautiful. And in fact, the most recent low that we saw, in fact, the last two lows, these low points now are actually higher than the higher points in just 6 months ago. So even the lowest days, the slowest days on Cardano now in the last 3 months are higher transaction volume than the highest days earlier in the year. And so imagine if 2022 continues this trend. Imagine if in 2022, the lowest days are above this high here, or even above this high up here. Just amazing growth, really, really healthy, 23.8 million. Very, very encouraging. Now, they also talk about native assets being minted. Now remember, these are not just NFTs. These can be tokens, NFTs, and there's 2.5 million just since March. Okay, just since March, 2.5 million. And what's important to understand is these are native assets. They're not like what you see on Ethereum. Ethereum's NFTs, mostly are empowered by these ERC20 or other Ethereum scripts. They're not native to Ethereum. They're empowered basically by another smart contract that enables them to even exist. Whereas with Cardano, no smart contract needed, no Plutus script needed. You can make your own NFT that's native. It's just as first-class citizen as ADA token itself. It's a completely different paradigm. I think Ethereum might try and get there in the future, but right now, Cardano's leading the way in terms of native assets, 2.5 million just since March. Since now, they also said on December 5th, nearly 70,000 of these were minted in just one day. 70,000 in just 24 hours. Unbelievable. That has to be this huge peak here. And then it came down, and another peak just a week later. Very, very cool. 70,000. In terms of decentralization, okay, this is a big promise of blockchains. We don't want to have just a couple stake pools or, have all of the assets owned by like a dozen people, but we want to distribute the wealth and have community and lots of people participating. Well, look at this, 2.58 million wallets. Now, some wallets, some people might have more than one wallet, and so maybe this is 2 million different actual users, maybe 1.5 million. Whatever it is, if there's 2.5 million wallets, there's a good chance there's at least 1 million actual people, and that's a lot of people that are holding Cardano. Indeed, 977 wallets are delegating. So this means they're delegating their stake to Cardano stake pools. In fact, a couple months ago, this peaked above 1 million. Now, in the last few weeks, the whole crypto ecosystem has been going down a bit, but it was above 1 million. And even though crypto overall has come down 30%, 40%, this number is still pretty close to 1 million. So you can imagine, in January and February, this quickly getting back above 1 million. 1 million delegated wallets. Imagine having 1 million people in your living room. That's a lot of people. Very encouraging. 71% of ADA is delegated. 71% of it is being assigned to stake pools as part of, the 5-day epoch cycle of Cardano. That's a huge number. I think I was looking at Cartesi was like at 40%. Other blockchains, if they're above 40, if they get close to 50% delegated, they're really happy. We're at 71% delegated, and that's not just 3 or 4 wallets. It's 1 million wallets delegating. That means it's a huge number. And this is why, we're seeing some base support in the Cardano's price, because so much of the supply is not on exchanges with day traders trading it. We are invested for the long term. We are long-term ADA bulls, just holding and delegating and enjoying and waiting to see even more growth. 3,000 stake pools. You'll hear about other blockchains. I think Solana, they claim they have 1,000 stake pools. In reality, it's about 20 stake pools that are doing most of the transaction volume. And so you might see other YouTubers really try to push Solana on you, but look more closely into those numbers. It's not 1,000 stake pools. It's closer to 20 versus 3,000 on Cardano. 20 goes into 3,000, 10, 100, 150 times. So Cardano is 150 times more centralized than Solana, for example. And, other blockchains, Avalanche, I think, is around 1,000 stake pools. So 3,000 here, truly, truly amazing number. 900 plus Plutus scripts. You'll see a lot of people on Twitter, Ethereum holders, mostly Solana holders, saying Cardano doesn't have smart contracts. They'll post something like, when will you have smart contracts? Well, we have 900 plus smart contracts. We call them Plutus scripts, but there's 900 plus of them deployed on chain. And so, when you see those posts on Twitter, people throwing negativity to Cardano, most of them, I've been looking at them. They're all following Ethereum. They're all following Solana. And, to be honest, I have a few friends that will throw some shade sometimes on Cardano, and the reality is they didn't buy Cardano earlier this year. They didn't buy Cardano last year. And a lot of the Ethereum people, their proof of stake chain hasn't come on time. Solana is, the whole blockchain is having difficulty scaling. It's being reset all the time. It's coming offline, and suddenly you can't do any transactions. And so a lot of them they want to get on the Cardano roller coaster. They want to get on this Cardano rocket ship here that you can see right here on the chart. But they want the price to come lower. And so you're going to see people, and you have seen people saying, oh, there's no smart contracts on Cardano. Oh, Cardano is centralized. There's no activity. There's no transactions. You can send them this chart. They're just trying to get the price down so they can catch up to all of us. They got to go fast, because if you see every chart here, it's up and to the right. Look at these Plutus scripts. Huge growth here. This line, you can see delegated wallets. Huge growth. Look at this line, straight up and to the right. Wallets up and to the right. Stake pools up and to the right. Amazing. Everything here is up and to the right. Look at the percent delegated from way down here now way up here. Just amazing. Every one of these lines is healthy. 2022 is going to be amazing. For our second update today, we want to give you news around the Djed stablecoin. Now, this stablecoin is being built by Coti. This is a company, a project team that's working on the first algorithmic stablecoin for ADA, for Cardano. And in fact, just yesterday, they released a pretty exciting update that we'll walk you through. But super quickly, you might be wondering, why do we even need a stablecoin? What's all this stablecoin business about anyway? And I think the best way to think about it, the way that I'm thinking about it, is to make it real, to make a scenario. And let's say that you're a hairdresser or you're a barber, and you want to charge your clients for haircuts, but instead of charging US dollars or euros, you'd love to support ADA. I'm sure there's a lot of ADA holders, Cardano fans that do cut hair and have salons, and they want to allow their clients to pay in ADA. So maybe they're going to create some posters, maybe create like a pricing sheet, and they want to decide how much ADA to charge. Well, if they want to charge around 15 US dollars for a haircut, that's going to be about 10 ADA. Right now, ADA is around $1.50 USD, and so 10 ADA is $15 USD. And so you might go ahead and print a whole bunch of posters saying, get your haircut here, pay me $15 USD, or pay me 10 ADA. It's totally up to you. Well, the problem is, a month later, ADA might be twice the price. Maybe ADA at the end of January will be $3. And so now, all those posters that say 10 ADA for a haircut, well, that haircut is now going to cost 30 US dollars if they pay in ADA. It'll say 10 ADA or 15 US dollars. Well, no one's going to want to pay 10 ADA. That's $30. They can just pay 15 US dollars directly. And so it's super, super important to help merchants, to help applications, to help services, to have an asset, to have a token that more or less matches US dollars or euros or one of these other very popular currencies. And so that's why we need a stablecoin. Once we have a stablecoin, merchants, hotels, hairdressers, barbers, but also online services, artists, modelers, animators, all the new metaverse services that will be coming, they can have marketing material, pricing material saying, pay us 10 of this token, and that'll always be mostly matched to the US dollar, which is also somewhat pegged to the euro. And so they won't need to create a bunch of new marketing material every day when the price of ADA changes. Listing your price in ADA is difficult because ADA itself is very volatile. We want something that's not volatile. We want something that's stable so that we can do pricing and do commerce using that stable coin. And so once we get a stablecoin, it's going to empower tons of services, tons of merchants, including a lot of DeFi. Decentralized finance also really relies on having a good stablecoin in order to do a lot of what we want to do with DeFi. And so we're very excited to see this news from Coti around Djed. And what they've said is their contracts are mostly implemented. The contracts for providing Oracle exchange rates, and so this is the price of, the Djed to US dollars, Djed to euro, and Djed to ADA. They've got an Oracle service. They've got an API, basically, that will let other people get that exchange rate. That contract's done. The contract for submitting multiple orders simultaneously is done. The contract for canceling pending orders, ones that haven't been filled yet, that contract's done, as well as for minting or redeeming stablecoins and reserve coins. So to trade back and forth and for the project itself to create new Djed has been implemented. The way this project works is they basically will be issuing more Djed and also redeeming more Djed to keep the amount of Djed stablecoin, to keep the amount of the Djed stablecoin in circulation. It needs to be at a certain level in order to match the price movements of ADA and USD. And so they've got contracts now to do all of that. And the second bullet point, testing is underway to ensure expected behaviors. So they're now in testing phase. This is super, super exciting. This means, probably not next week or 2 weeks from now, but they've been making really important progress. This is it looks like months, not years, from being ready, which is very, very exciting. This is going to supercharge the Cardano ecosystem, unlike, many other things we've seen before. I think of the Djed stablecoin as the Alonzo upgrade. When we got smart contracts in Cardano in September, Djed is a similar order of magnitude empowering functionality for Cardano. Keep your eye on Djed. This is huge. Next milestones, they're going to have a pre-release version in the next few days for UI integration. So this can be UI of the Coti team, but also they're going to start giving this UI to exchanges and to other services that are going to need to integrate with the Djed stablecoin. It's going to let you query the bank reserves. So you'll see, okay, how many ADA are here? What is the reserve ratio? How are we keeping that balance? How are we keeping it stable? You're going to see the buying and selling prices to go back and forth between Djed and ADA and other reserve coins. You're also going to get to see all of the pending orders, see what's on the order book. You'll be able to submit orders, cancel orders, as well as, this is important, implementation of a configuration management contract. So they know that they're going to be making updates to Djed, throughout the next few months, throughout all of 2022 likely. And so it's very important that we have version control and contract upgrade functionality. Similar to how Cardano has this beautiful hard fork mechanism, it allows us to do these powerful upgrades to Cardano itself. Well, Djed here and Coti are going to have a release that implements this version control, which will empower Coti to keep developing on Djed in a safe and fast way. So very, very cool. The top bullet point here is the important one. All these contracts are done, exchanging, order purchasing, seeing the reserve coins, minting reserve coins. This is the nuts and bolts of Djed, and Djed is super important for Cardano. If this comes out in Q1, when Sunday Swap is coming out, when ADAX Pro is coming out, when Meld hopefully will be getting close, so much is coming in the next few months. Really, really exciting news here from Coti. For our third story today, we have an update from the team making ADAX Pro. Now, some of you might remember ADAX Pro. They were very popular earlier in the year, I'd say around the spring and summertime. More recently, Sunday Swap has really taken the spotlight and been one of the leaders in terms of decentralized exchanges on Cardano. But just a few hours ago, the ADAX team released a Christmas recap, and we'd like to share just a couple of important bits with you. What they've described is that their DEX is going to be on the mainnet at the end of January. So this is not testnet, but they'll actually have a DEX, a decentralized exchange that you can use in around 1 month's time. And who knows, this might be when Sunday Swap is also coming out. And so how exciting will it be to have Sunday Swap, ADAX Pro, and Music Swap all available within the next 4 to 5 weeks. Then ADAX on the testnet. Now, they already did their testnet. They've got a link here that shows some of the transactions and some of the activity that they did, just to show us their progress there. There's going to be public access on the testnet the first week of January, okay? But what I really want to show you today is their centralized exchange, their CEX, and their launchpad. The address for this is cex.adax.pro. Now, this is a centralized exchange like Coinbase, like the Binance exchange, or whatever exchange you're using, KuCoin. These are centralized exchanges where you have to send, money or send tokens to them. You'll create a wallet on that exchange, send tokens to it, and then once you have a balance in that exchange, you can trade it to a whole bunch of other tokens. And so if you click through, you can actually take a look at what they've built here. Let me zoom in a little bit. And so this is the ADAX Pro centralized exchange, and you can see some of the pairs that they have. ADA USDT, ADAX ADA, they've got Charlie 3, a wonderful oracle. You can trade that to ADA or to ETH even if you want to trade to a different blockchain altogether. They've got Kick ADA and Kick USDT. So a small list to be sure, but it's a start, and it's an encouraging start. They've got ADAX ADA here, and more importantly, ADA USDT, which is going to be very popular, I imagine. And what's interesting is, right off the bat, you can see this is styled very differently from Sunday Swap. And I think this is why they call themselves Pro. It looks very kind of industrial, very kind of professional in a way. And if you've used other exchanges before, or if you've used TradingView, a lot of this will look familiar. In fact, if I click through to ADAX ADA and I hit the trade button over here, I'm presented with, what you would see on a normal kind of professional exchange. If you've seen Coinbase Pro or you've been on Binance Smart Chains exchange, then you'll be, this will be familiar to you. Or if you've done stock trading, you can see the order book on the left here. You can see all the people that are trying to buy ADAX with ADA and all the people that are trying to sell ADAX for ADA, and you can see the different prices and offers here. This is called the order book, or the kind of depth level 2, and then over here you've got a beautiful chart powered by TradingView. So anyone that's familiar with TradingView, they've got a bunch of charting over here. Only a few hours of data because this is brand new, but you've got all your trading chart indicators over here. Your trend lines, whatever you need. If you're familiar with trading chart, you won't miss anything. All of the tools are right here. All of the indicators that you're used to, and so right off the bat, very different from Sunday Swap, where it's really people that are going to want to do like indicators and RSI and MACD and all these other things. You could load indicators. You can log in and load those as well, and so just a totally different idea from SundaeSwap. I think it's important that we have both of these. We have SundaeSwap, which is super user-friendly, super easy to use, and then you'll have something like this for someone that's trying to do something maybe a little bit more analytical, maybe using indicators, technical indicators. Down here, you'll be able to set how much you want to buy, how much you want to sell. I'm not logged in, and so I can't do that right now, but you can set your limit order, and so when the price gets to the value that you want to pay, it'll get filled, or you can do a market order, which will be much similar, or much more simple. It'll just fill it right away at whatever the price is. And so, it's similar to any other centralized exchange, but the main thing here is, they're going to be listing these Cardano native assets. And so you might not see Charlie 3 on Coinbase for, months and months after you see it on something like this, right? You're going to have Pavia potentially here. You're going to have all these Cardano projects tradable on a Cardano centralized exchange. Now, they're also going to make a decentralized exchange. As I mentioned, they say here it's going to be released at the end of January. So a decentralized exchange means you don't have to send any ADA or any money to this service. With a decentralized exchange, it's just peer-to-peer. But even having a centralized exchange here as a start is exciting. It'll be exciting to see a lot of those other tokens start to show up here. And excited, this is the first way to start charting some of these, right? And so there's only limited data now, but pretty soon you'll have a bunch more data here for some of these pairs, and you'll be able to use indicators and see trends, right? Right now it's only been out for a few hours. There haven't been a ton of trades, but over time, as this picks up in volume, you'll be able to use all your indicators to chart Cardano native assets. So pretty cool stuff here. They talk about having a launch pad as well, and so this is almost like an investment vehicle where they'll be giving money and giving funding to other projects to help kind of move the Cardano ecosystem forward. So I'm excited to see more from their launch pad to see how they're going to be able to give money to other teams. And then they've got some stake pools for the ADAX coin. I'm not too active in those. Take a look at those if you like, but not interesting for me right now. I'm more interested to seeing what they come out with on January 30th for their DEX. Keep an eye on that, as well as to get a few more pairs here for their centralized exchange. This is pretty cool. I'm excited to maybe pull up some of these in a few weeks and do some technical analysis maybe on some Cardano assets. I'd love to see the Pavia token going up here, up and to the right. So yeah, good job, ADAX Pro. Good to see you guys, ignoring all the FUD and continuing to work on your project. All right, now in the spirit of the holidays, I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit fun for the holiday weekend. And I've been playing some mobile casual games over the holiday season. Family's been around, and we've just kind of been relaxing. And I came across this project here called Cardano Legends, and I wanted to share this with you because, well, a couple reasons. The first one, you can see quite clearly, it looks like they're going to be doing a pre-sale in just a few hours. Actually, 1 day and 8 hours. So 32 hours from now, it's going to go on sale. And so by the time you're watching this video, the sale might have just started, and it might be a great time to try and participate if it's still available. And so this is a play to earn. I want to mention this is a play to earn game right off the bat, which is pretty cool. If you're familiar with Axie Infinity or these other games, you're going to be able to play this game, earn assets, earn tokens, earn coins in the game that can be traded for real money. You can trade it for ADA. You'll be able to trade it for US dollars or euro or whatever. There'll be a way to get from the in-game assets to real currency if you want to, just like Axie Infinity or these other play-to-earn games, which is pretty cool. It just makes gaming a little bit more fun, that there's this persistence and this market economy around it. So sharing a little bit more, Cardano Legends is a turn-based combat game on the Cardano blockchain, okay? So they say you can collect, earn, and fight. And their first pre-sale is happening in just a few hours, 1 day and 8 hours from now, okay? And so they say it's a play-to-earn game. You build your team with mighty legends to defeat your foes. You fight other players, but here's the important part. You upgrade your warriors and earn currency with real-life value. And so I'm not a heavy gamer, but this kind of like a casual, especially a turn-based game, is appealing to me. I don't like anything that's too stressful, that's too intense, but something turn-based like a game of chess or a game of Go. I play a little bit of Go, and so I'm interested in this kind of slower pace game in a way, hopefully, but also this play-to-earn mechanic. They say all of the Cardano Legends NFTs minted during drops will be playable in-game. And so, tomorrow, they're going to be minting a bunch of these NFTs, a bunch of these assets, and you're going to be able to use them in-game. That's pretty cool, right? This might be one of the first ones, depending on when their game gets released, where you can actually use your NFTs in a game. And so they go through, they talk about the story, really cool kind of lore around a time warp distortion. I'll scroll down for a minute. They walk through the different characters. You'll have knights. You'll be able to use mages. You'll be able to use archers. It kind of reminds me of a very old game, Heroes of Might and Magic in some ways, but with more of a fantasy theme I see here. So they have support for player versus player, so be able to face off against other players. But then on the right here, they also have a campaign mode, and that's kind of maybe more my flavor. Fight against monsters in the Cardano Legends Metaverse to strengthen your team. Like I said, I like low stress, just chilling. Single player mode is more my gear. So I'm really excited that it looks like they'll have some kind of a single player campaign as well as player versus player. But the best part is right here in the middle, economy. Earn tokens and digital assets through in-game rewards tradable with real money. So that's pretty cool. Like, I've actually never played Axie Infinity. I've just waited for a Cardano game to come out. But if this could be one of the first leading Cardano games, and what'll be really cool is if you can, earn a little bit of, side money while you're playing. It just makes it that much more fun, doesn't it? So, the reason why I decided to actually cover this story, though, is just look at the art. I can tell the team has put a lot of work into this project. The art style is very consistent. It really has that kind of authentic, like classic video game look and feel to it, right? This kind of pixel art. It just reminds me of playing games on the Amiga or the Commodore 64 way back in the day. And they've got their roadmap here. We're at the very beginning, right? Q4, which is right now. They're working on growing their community and finalizing the art and launch details. In the next few months, they want to do their main drop to fund the development and add some more artists and developers to the team. Right now, the team has 2 game developers, 2 programmers, 2 artists, and 1 web developer. So there's 5 people on the development team right now, but they're going to expand the team in Q1. In Q3, they'll be doing testing, and they want to do their official release before the end of the year. So it's still very, very early, right? Very, very early, but that's kind of exciting to be early, and we'll follow this project up maybe again in a couple months or, when the next main drop is. But I haven't seen anyone covering this project a whole lot yet, so I wanted to get it on your radar. This just really, hats off to the artists, hats off to the web developer. Really good work here, a lot of effort done on this project, and I wanted to share it with you, just for Christmas, for the holidays, something fun. There's a mint happening in a day, tomorrow, so check out their Discord if you're interested in that. They've also got a Twitter feed you can check out and see what's happening. There's more art on their Twitter feed. Wow, look at this. There's a gun, but also swords and archers. It's just kind of creative, right? I love creative things, so go ahead and check this out, and we'll see what happens. All right, and to wrap up today's episode, another fun but really cool thing I wanted to show you is this NanoChess project. It's at 3D Mint Lab. It's called NanoChess, and it's actually an NFT that is a playable game. How does that even work? We've seen all kinds of NFTs that are just graphics, like avatars. It looks like a profile photo, or sometimes we've seen land parcel NFTs from Pavia, but this is an actual functional chess game right here on pool.pm. Take a look. I can move the queen's pawn up, and the AI reacts to me. I can move another pawn. Look at that. The AI, I'm playing. Let's just take a pawn to see what happens. There you go. I'm in check now. You can see I'm not a very good chess player, but look at that. How cool is this? This is an NFT. It's not a graphic. It's an actual NFT. What happens if I go here? I might lose my rook. Oh yeah, I'm in trouble. This is an actual playable game. The whole NFT is a full functional game. And I was just on pool.pm trying to bring it up. And if you're curious, you can actually go ahead and buy one of these. You can go to 3D Mint's lab page and at 3dmintlab.com/nanochess, and you can purchase one of these NFTs. And the way it works is there's different levels. There's novice, where the AI will look 2 moves ahead. There's pro, where the AI gets smarter. It looks 3 moves ahead, all the way up to master, where now the AI will look 5 moves ahead. There's different designs and different style variations to collect. And so there's a whole rarity table here with different skill of the AI here under the skill column. There's 2D and 3D styles, silver, gold, and rainbow. Wow, I'd love to see what the rainbow board looks like. This one here looks like it's, you can see it here, it's 2D, it's pro skill and it's natural design, okay? 2D pro skill with natural design. So that'll be this one here, okay? 10% rarity. So really, really cool. There's a bunch of information about the creator, Oscar. He actually has his own Twitter feed, which has really cool stuff around like traditional gaming, classic gaming. If you want to check that out, I encourage you to do so. But, you know, if you're tired of buying NFTs of profile images and graphics, you can buy an NFT, which is a fully functional game. And I can just refresh the page here, and now I have the board is reset, and I can play the game. Let's start with the king's pawn, and then let's see. Let's move this pawn here. Okay, let's get some defense, and you know I'm playing a chess game. I'm not going to take with my queen, but maybe with this one. Very, very cool. Let's put some more defense there with the knight. Wow. This is so cool. This is an NFT, and I'm playing a game here. I'm curious, you know, what the different levels are, and if anyone has one of these or can send me the link, I'd love to see what the 3D art style looks like, or what the rainbow art style looks like. And so yeah, you can just refresh this on pool.pm and see it. And for anyone that, you know, that's interested, you know, you can always just go to pool.pm, click the NFT icon here, and you can see what's happening in real time on the Cardano blockchain. You can see the Boss Cat Rocket Club. These have gone up tremendously in value. Yesterday they were selling for 99 ADA in the marketplace. Now remember, they were minted last week for, I think it was maybe 39 ADA, and so they're almost 3 times up in price. Just beautiful art style. I really like this Boss Cat Rocket Club project. So just scrolling down, you can see some Christmas stuff here from wizardcrypt.com. Really cool. Oh, wow, look at this. This whole set just got minted. CypherKicks Studios. What is this? Oh, wow. It looks like a Santa Claus is giving a sneaker to, oh yeah, kicks, right? So kicks, a word for sneakers, sneaker kicks, CypherKicks. Very cool. I love this drawn art style. What's this one? Santa, okay. Santa putting on his shoes. Ho, ho, ho. Really, really cool. It looks like there's different variations of it as well. Green pants in this one. Wow, look at that. Santa on the bench. Wow, skeleton Santa. Different kicks this time. Wow, that's so cool. Like really seasonal. Ho, ho, ho. Santa flying to the hoop. Wow, CypherKicks Studio, really nice work, really nice art style. You never know what you can find just browsing pool.pm. This is happening in real time. So these all got minted 11 minutes ago, okay? 11 minutes ago on Christmas Day. It's just about time for Christmas dinner over here. Very cool. I love this CypherKicks style. I'm going to have to check this out. CypherKicks, it looks like there's a Twitter feed here, at CypherKicks, for anyone's interested. Discord page there as well. Way to go. What's this one? CypherKicks. Very cool. Good job. Hats off to the artist. And yeah, how cool is it that we just discovered this on pool.pm just while browsing. Just while browsing. Tons of Boss Cats. For anyone who hasn't checked it out yet, go ahead and check it out. Here's another LA Christmas ball. What's this? Some kind of a video? Oh. Interesting. Leon Art Group. See if this will load. I'll give it one more shot. See if we could wrap up the episode with one of these. Wow. Very cool. LA Christmas. Tons of Husky. All right, well, I think that'll do it. Thanks, everyone, for watching the video. A lot of really interesting stuff today. We showed you the chess club, NanoChess project. We showed you CypherKicks. We talked about ADAX Pro. We talked about the Djed Stablecoin. We talked about some amazing progress that the Cardano blockchain has had in 2021. And with that, we'll see you in a couple days. We'll do a few more episodes before we wrap up the year. But just a big thank you to everyone for supporting our channel. We recently passed 1,000 subscribers. Huge thank you. I'm still very new at this. I've only made, 13 or 14 videos. This is episode 16, so 15 videos plus this one. And I'm having a lot of fun, and I love interacting with everyone in the comments. Go ahead and post a comment. Let us know how you're doing this holiday season. Let us know Have you found any cool NFT projects lately? Any NFT projects you'd like me to cover? Or just check in. I hope you're doing well this holiday season, and I wish you all the best. Meow.